Welcome to the Jack
and the Bonch
Show.
Week 4.
Or as we like to call it, in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, and the NFL honoring that, Week Quattro.
Sure.
Sure do.
Okay, let's get this out of the way before we do anything.
The Colts, coming off a bad loss to the Miami Dolphins, go to San Fran and beat the 49ers.
Okay, this is the only time Colin Kaepernick's looked awful in a year. I'd say it's pretty much been a year total of games now, between middle of last season to now, is when he goes to Seattle. The rest of the time, nobody can stop him, and I certainly don't think the Colts are going to be able to stop him.
The Colts are going to beat the 49ers. You're going to be very upset.
Your small victory.
All of a sudden,
I'll give you props.
Who's looking a little less crazy right about now?
I'll definitely look a little less crazy.
Right?
If you're a Niners fan, don't press the panic button yet, but I'd definitely be concerned.
Let's do Hot Topics.
Go ahead. I say that it's time for Hot Topics.
These topics are hot. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So what's the hot topic?
So, if you watch this show, and pretty much most analysts in the league, you heard how much better that the NFC was than the AFC. Meanwhile, there were 3 games this week. The Colts, good AFC team against a supposed to be good NFC team, the Niners.
Only a genius would have picked
the Colts. Crushed them.
Yeah.
Bengals, Packers, good AFC team, very good AFC team, a perceived very good NFC team. Bengals squeak out the win, tough game. And Dolphins, Falcons. Dolphins, a team to be on the rise in the AFC, against a supposed powerhouse in the NFC. Dolphins beat them.
Yep.
So, is the AFC better than we thought? Is the NFC worse than we thought? Is a little bit of both?
A little bit of both. I think overall it's the AFC against the NFC is 11-3.
Yeah.
The overall
which
record,
you would have think the
ridiculous.
other way around
Yeah.
going into this year. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think what it is a lot of teams like the Dolphins and the Chiefs, who we sort of suspected, they might be good.
3-0.
They are good.
Yeah.
And then you've got teams in the NFC that you thought would be
the
pretty
NFC,
good.
the
Giants,
supposed
the
powerhouses.
Redskins,
The Giants
they're
are
not good at all.
0-3. The Bucks are 0-3. The Redskins are 0-3. And then you got powerhouses like the Packers or the Falcons.
And
they're
49ers.
1-2.
Yeah, the Packers, Falcons, and 49ers
Yeah.
are all 1-2.
The NFC East has one team over 500. I mean, besides, I would say Chicago, Seattle, and the Saints. No one in the NFC has looked great.
No.
So maybe the NFC is having a shift of power, possibly.
Maybe. I think we're going to know a lot after this week. 'Cause
Yeah.
this week you're quarter done with the season.
Quarter of the season.
What it is right now...
I feel like we say that every week. You're going to know a lot after this
every
week.
Yeah. Well, because I think right now the way that I view is you've got Seahawks and Broncos, top 2 teams, and then you've got this sort of muddled group of teams. You got the Bears, the Saints, the Dolphins.
Well, they're all 3-0.
Yeah, the Chiefs, but you don't know how good they really are.
That's the thing. Are those teams really 3-0 good?
Yeah, and you can even throw in teams like the Texans, the Patriots, the Ravens, the Packers, the 49ers. All of these teams, you don't know how
That's
they.
the thing. But that's
you don't know how they really
works.
are.
Usually have a very low number of teams on that top tier, and
Usually
everyone
it's more
else
than 2.
Everyone else is good too. Well, we haven't just figured out, quite frankly, who the top teams are yet, except for we know my Super Bowl picks, the Seahawks and the Broncos, they are the cream of the crop in the NFL right now. It's time for Lock It Up.
Lock it up!
Where's the lock? There it is.
Lock it up. You see the new graphic I got with the bars? We're in prison.
Before we start, I think we need to make a statement for the rest of the year.
Oh.
Whoever is playing the Jaguars, you cannot use under Unlock It Up rules.
All right.
Because
can I say something about the Jaguars?
every week you're going to pick as to Lock It Up whoever's playing the Jaguars.
I would not. I don't pick the Colts to lose to the Jaguars.
I might have ripped your head off if
I
you
know
did.
you might have. Even though my crazy picks have clearly been right in the past. But if you pick the Colts this week against the Jaguars, you're going to be very scared because it's going to be a much closer game than people think.
Why?
Because the Jags play the Colts good, or they play them well. Sorry. And these divisional games are always closer than people think. It's in Jacksonville. The Colts, they're coming off a huge win. Letdown game. Letdown game. Blaine Gabbert's back. Woohoo! But
I don't know if I'd be way more about that.
It's sort of sarcastic. But I don't know. I feel like it's a letdown game. The Colts are still going to win because they're much better than the Jaguars.
Much.
But it's going to be closer than people think. Just watch. Watch.
I don't think so.
You're going to lose by 7. That's it. Watch.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what the line is on the game, but take the Jags. You'll see. I'm gonna show this. You're gonna have to eat your words again.
I'm pretty confident about this one.
All right, so let's go to what was it? Lock it up.
Yeah.
This is a tougher week
Yeah.
than it's been. Usually, like last week, you had the Seahawks were the obvious pick. You usually have a few picks where they're just super obvious. This week, it's harder.
Well, there's one that's super obvious, but it's almost too obvious. You have a 3-0 Chiefs team against an 0-3 Giants team that looks god-awfully bad.
And you know what? That's what I'm taking.
Terrible.
That's what I'm taking as my lock.
I mean, I don't see how you can make an argument to pick the Giants.
It's not even. It's in Arrowhead,
Yeah.
where it's hard to play.
A Chiefs team is playing well.
A Chiefs team that's playing well. Also, a Chiefs team whose defense shut down the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Versus a Giants team whose offense couldn't score any points against the
They're
Panthers.
just in disarray right now.
It's just
no running game, no offensive line play. Eli looks shaky.
it's the lock of the week. It is.
It is. I can't make it. I was trying to make an argument for maybe the Giants come out with their season on the line.
Well, I actually thought I had one argument. The Giants are just trying to screw me over, so they decide to win the game.
That'd be funny.
That's the only argument I could think of because I'm going to not.
That's what the Giants love to do to you. Whenever you're ready to bury the Giants come back.
That's the only reason. That's the only possible thing.
I mean, yeah. Again, one shot because I don't know. Are the Chiefs 4-0 good? I don't know if the Chiefs are a 4-0 level.
Because they're playing the Giants.
They also were playing the Jaguars and the Eagles. And
it's
just maybe
they're better than these teams that they're playing. We'll see how good they are when they go play the Broncos.
Yeah,
you'll see how good they are.
Well, exactly.
I mean,
if you want my luck it up, it's a little bit risky, but I'm taking the Bengals in Cleveland. I know Cleveland.
I don't like that.
I know Cleveland looked good with Brian Hoyer quarterback, but Cleveland looked good against a bad Vikings team. A Vikings team you can argue they're better than.
You know, I tend to stay away from teams.
Divisional games,
and also
on the road.
And also on the road.
I know those are my red flags too.
Those are scary.
I know.
To me.
I totally understand what you're saying.
I try and I'll take the home team.
I know that was such a big win by the Bengals on Sunday over a good Packers team. I feel like that's just going to catapult them because they had a pretty tough schedule to start their season.
Yeah, I think the Bengals will win. Obviously, just those games always just scare me.
I know, just with the level of play that the Bengals have had to deal with the Packers and the Bears, and good teams that the Bengals have had to play.
Now they're just going to go.
It's going to be like
this
it's like just
bottom 5 team.
The talent level is going to decrease enough where the Bengals are going to just feel like, okay, we had our big win on Sunday, and they're just going to go on a roll. I'd say the Bengals win like 6 out of 7 or something like that.
I have a feeling a lot of people are going to get knocked out this week in different survival pools.
Yeah.
There's going to be one game where
I was looking, because we're in their survivor pool, we're both still alive after 3 weeks, and I was kind of like, usually I have my pick right there, but I had to think about it this week.
So did I. All right. Time for Upset Special Time! I don't have a huge upset this week.
Okay, good.
I was looking at the games.
Because I don't see one either.
And I see a few small upsets.
Yeah.
But I didn't see the one major crazy upset. I mean, I see the Rams beating the 49ers tomorrow night.
I know that.
I don't consider that.
They're both 1 and 2?
They're both 1 and 2.
That's not really an upset.
The Rams are home.
Yeah. I think your upset should be the Jaguars keeping a game close. That should be your upset.
That's a mini upset.
That's just the Jaguars keeping a game close. Losing by 7, that's
I'm going to go, my upset is Jets over Titans. I'm going to take that upset. I am.
This sucks. You know why this sucks?
That's your upset?
Because that's my upset, and that means they're going to lose by 20.
Probably. The thing with the Jets is that they're not that bad.
I know. I mean,
they're not that bad.
Including this show, everyone was just ready to make the Jets 2-14, 3-13 this year.
They're not good, but
they're not a good team. Let's make that clear.
But they're not that bad.
Geno Smith is at least capable.
He's showing something.
He can throw the ball down the field.
Yep.
Antonio Holmes looks like, he's actually going to play this year and give it a little effort and healthy.
Yeah.
And their defense, I think everyone overestimated maybe the loss of Darrelle Revis.
Yeah.
Their defense is now, instead of based on their one great cornerback, is now based on the front 7.
Which is very good.
Which
is very good.
Yeah, I mean, I understand the Bills aren't the best offensive line in the world, but they had 8 sacks on Sunday.
And also it's sort of telling, going into that game, Jets versus Bills, you really didn't know who was going to win.
Yeah.
The Jets were a million times better.
2 bad teams playing each other.
And the Jets did everything they could to lose that game.
20 penalties.
20 penalties, and they still won despite 20 penalties.
Yeah, it wasn't like, they got to wait. They're like, they one they should have lost. They should have won that game by 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
they were in complete control of that game.
They crushed them the entire game.
They needed 20 penalties just to only win by 7.
That's how much better they were than the Bills.
That says a lot about Buffalo. But
yeah, it says a lot about
it's just like, again, the Jets are not going to make the playoffs. They're probably not even going to be close to 500. But instead of 3-13, they might be 6-10.
6-10. They could be 7-9.
You know, they're not. They can keep themselves in games with their defense. And this is a Titans team that you picked to make the playoffs. So this is definitely an upset.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason I think the Jets match up well against them is that the Jets, one thing they've been able to do this year is shut down the run.
Yeah.
And with the exception of Fred Jackson getting some
that was a very
wacky,
weird play,
crazy yards against
where
them,
they thought they had
totally shut down the Bills' run game. C.J. Spiller, before he got hurt at the end of the third quarter, I think he had
fantasy bust C.J. Spiller.
I think
that's his official name now.
He has been. I think he had 9 yards on 10 carries or something like that.
Wasn't
something horrendous. And they've just shut down other
Doug
teams.
Martin week 1.
Shut him down. And Chris Johnson hasn't gotten the touchdowns, but he's been getting 25 carries a game for 100 yards almost. And he's not going to do that against the Jets. He's not going to do that. They're going to be able to shut him down.
Yeah, but he hasn't looked. Chris Johnson hasn't had that Chris Johnson game yet.
He hasn't, but he's not.
He's averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
He'll have it against someone, but not the Jets.
That's a scary bit than Chris Johnson. All he needs is that one run, and that one run could change a game. And I'm interested to see the Titans because the Titans have looked pretty good. They should have beaten the Texans. They had a nice, exciting, dramatic win against the Chargers. And this is a team that they should be at home.
Yeah.
A rookie quarterback. For the Titans want to make the playoffs, this is a game I think they have to win. And I don't think they're going to do it. Of course, because whenever we make the same upset pick, it's always bad news for the team we pick.
Yeah.
So, bet all your money on the Titans this week.
No, don't do that. You both pick them to lose.
Yes. But that would make me more confident as a Titan. If I'm a Titans fan watching this, they both picked against us. We're in good shape.
Thank you for watching the Jeff
and the Bonch
Show.
We'll be back next week for the quarter mark of the season.
Yeah.
We'll have our updated Super Bowl picks.
That we will.
And lots of other fun stuff for you all.
Reflections and
see if Jeff's right again with his crazy upset predictions.
Yeah. Goodbye, America.
Shalom. One of my favorite players in the league, Josh Freeman. He's been benched.
Going to the bench train.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Josh
Freeman going to the bench.
We said going into this Bucs season, we both going to make the playoffs, that this season was dependent on Josh Freeman being good. And he's been terrible.
Yeah, I think right now, I take that back. The Bucs are not going to the playoffs.
I can't.
Talk about a team with no hope. They're going
game
nowhere.
They should have won week 1, they blew it. Game they probably should have won week 2, they blew it, and they just get crushed in Foxborough.
To the unemployment line. Greg Schiano and
Josh Freeman's
Freeman.
in trouble.
That's where they're going.